we're winning. It isn't just this Labour government who's awful, who's killing us. This has been going on all my life. Slowly but surely. Of course, this government's worse than the previous government, who I thought were diabolical. But things are getting worse and worse all the time. But if you can compare today and where we are today, compared where we were a couple of years ago, or even 6 months ago, the change has been tremendous. It wasn't that long ago, people would tell you, I'm woke. There was t-shirts saying, I'm woke. But we use that word as an insult, as a slur. Nobody calls himself woke anymore now. They still may do. It wasn't that long, 6 months ago, it was legal in this country for a man to say, oh, by the way, I'm a woman, and I can access women's facilities. And even though a small percentage of these individuals were sex offenders, we sent them to women's prisons. And guess what they did in women's prisons? Some of them sexually assaulted the women in there. I mean, I don't class myself as, a rocket scientist, but I could have saw that coming. I could have saw that coming. But now we can have those conversations. And that's what I want, more conversations. I don't say I'm right. I just say this is my opinion based on these facts and my experience. And if you can change my opinion, then fantastic. I'd appreciate you changing my opinion because I'm on the quest for the truth. I look at DEI, also known as didn't earn it. I couldn't have said that a year ago, I'd have been arrested. People are waking up and seeing that DEI may have started from a good place, and lots of these things start from a good place. But when it goes too far, it becomes a negative, and that's what happened to DEI. We've started treating certain groups better than other groups. When I was a kid, that was called prejudice. That was called discrimination. And I'm dying, and I've got a selection of doctors. I'm not going, which one's black, which one's Asian, which one's gay. I'm going, where did you finish in your exams? Was you top of your class? Because regardless of what you are or what you look like, I want the top of the class operating on me. I want the best, doing everything, the best running our councils, the best running our bin service, the best working in the library. I just want the best, regardless of who that person is. And now we can have these conversations because we all now know DEI doesn't work. The big corporates are getting rid of it. Places like Google, Facebook, even Jaguar, after that atrocious campaign, David. The chief exec's lost his job. The head of marketing or PR had to be escorted out of the building a few days ago because he didn't want to go because he thought it was amazing. We've won that now. We've won DEI. We all know it's over. Mass migration. It wasn't that long ago you couldn't talk about that. Racist, pig, bigot, fascist, Hitler. That's what you'd have got up to a year ago if you mentioned, I'm not happy with mass immigration. But we can have that conversation now. It's in the mainstream. Mainstream politicians are talking about it. The mainstream parties are talking about it. We don't believe them, but it's a step in the right direction that they're talking about it. And we can have those conversations for one simple reason. It's our country. And in our country, in my country, I can have any conversation I damn well want to have because it's my country. I didn't deserve that clap after that trick I played on you. I really didn't deserve that at all. Oh, won't be done. 6 months ago, Nigel Farage. Nope, can't be done. We can't deport anybody. We can't deport illegals. 6 months later, today, Tories are saying they're going to deport illegal immigrants. Reform are saying they're going to deport illegal immigrants. The Labour Party are talking tougher and tougher on illegal immigration. I'm not saying we believe any of those, but I'm just saying the Overton window has changed. People are talking about it, not because they wanted to, but because we pushed them in that direction. We all understand how politicians work. Politicians want votes. That's all they've ever wanted is your vote. And they will say and do whatever they think will get them your vote. And they're beginning to understand that our team is getting bigger and bigger, and it is bigger than most of the other teams now. So £1 a year. Hands up if you've ever earned £96,000 a year. I haven't. Oh, we had a little hand there. Oh, there we go. There's always one bragging. We understand how politicians think. I want to keep 96 grand a year salary, plus all the perks and all the expenses. And they keep that job by doing what we tell them to do. That's how it works. The next big conversation we're going to be having as a nation is remigration. And that's going to be an extremely difficult, tricky, and emotional conversation. But we need to have the conversation. Why? Like I said before, it's our country, and we can have any damn conversation we want in our country. Now, we're not all going to agree. And don't be thinking that we're going to get a utopia where that these things are good. I don't like that, but on the whole, I'm going to vote for this party. And that's what we're doing here today. And we've got a real chance here with Advance UK because it's brand new. You're not walking into a party that's got decades and hundreds of years of history, and that's how we do things here. Word politicians hardly use these days. Democratic. How do we defend democracy if the parties in charge of defending the democracy aren't democratic? How does that work? It doesn't work. That's why we're in the mess we are today. But I want you to leave here at the end, not now, but at the end of this talk today, after 3 hours here, with a spring in your step. I don't want you to be downhearted. I don't want you thinking this fight's impossible, we're never going to win, it might be our great-great-grandchildren who finally succeed. Things are changing now. It's not going to get better for a year or two, but I can see things changing. It's going to be slowly, and suddenly we're going to hit a tipping point and things will change dramatically. And that's how change always happens. We're winning this. We've seen everything we've changed. More change is coming. More people have opened their eyes and going, I don't like what's around me. I want something better than this for my child, for my grandchildren. And that's how we're going to win. That's how we're going to change the country, because everybody in this country wants change. We all may want slightly different things, but one thing that pulls us all together, we want change, because the status quo at the moment serves no one and isn't good enough. Thank you for listening.